So, hi Boris.
Hello, nice meeting you again.
Pleasure is all mine. So,
Absolutely.
we have Boris Dejonckheere. He's the Vice President for Global Sales Operations Emerging Markets for Zeiss
Correct.
Vision.
Yeah,
And he's a Belgian.
yeah, correct.
And he wears Jack's Marimar.
All the way.
Okay. So, coming straight to the question. Okay. So, what's the latest data on myopia prevalence among Indian children, and what's driving its?
Yeah. So the latest data, we are at about 30 to 35% of prevalence within the Indian society. And you know, these are official data, but do we really know it 100%? That's difficult, because these are the data coming out of clinic researchers, out of doctors who are checking left and right items. So we don't know 100% if it is at 30 or 35%. But with saying this, you are literally in between China and Europe. It's a vast majority of people already having these. And the reasons why, I think everybody knows it already by now, it is that children are very early in their lifestyles. While they are growing, they are on digital devices, they are doing near work, they are. And this is indeed giving the biological ticker that the eye needs to be longer in order to have the near sight approved. And that is, that's the cause of this high prevalence already.
So now, if we talk about school children, and it's increasing screen time, and maybe a lot of school work happening on mobiles nowadays. So, how do myocare lenses from Zeiss help slow myopia progression in kids?
So it's the following: we have decided to bring a lens out of the market with a very clear central optical zone. There is no different refraction in it as a normal optical lens. But as soon as you get out of this optical center, there are rings, and these rings, we call them care rings. These are an incremental dioptry of a half a diopter that is entering in a ring. So imagine you have a -1 in the center. Then in that ring, there is another diopter in till the end of the lens. So whenever the person is using vergence in his eyes, he will get a direct good far vision and one that is being triggered by this half a diopter more that we have in. And doing this layer, we are giving a defocus on the image that needs to go to the retina, and we like this slow down the biological trigger, I call it, that the eyeball length should not always prolong, but should keep in the normal behavioral of the eye.
Okay. So, what role do eye care professionals play in detecting, monitoring, and managing myopia in young patients?
I would say they have a very important job to be done, but they are not the only ones. That means, yes, the optometrist is the person that will need to measure, first of all, if there is need of such a lens, yes or no. Secondly, every 6 months, have the checkup if something is helping with the lens or not. But he or she has also something else to do. He also needs to educate the parents of the kids. He or she needs to always speak with schools to make them aware what is happening. And then the other people, what I just said, schools are important to also do their job and say, we are seeing here that people are getting too close, but also the parents need to say, no, you need to wear the lenses. You cannot have them only on for a couple of hours per day. You must wear them. Go outside and play. Do other things and only look on near sight items. So it's literally a group of people that will need to help our children to ensure that they do not simply move out and become high myopic. But yes, it all starts with an optometrist that takes time, that enables his patients, and that is controlling and inspecting what is going on with the correction he or she is giving.
So now with the lot of governments, especially Australia and maybe Norway and maybe UK, so we're talking about restricting screen time for children, and there's a lot of awareness and on social media usage. Now, how crucial are these lifestyle changes? And like you mentioned, the outdoor time and maybe these screen limits in managing childhood myopia.
I think already asking the question is already explaining it. It is very crucial what is happening. So whether we like it or not, we cannot refuse people from using these screens and from using the social media. I understand that some countries would like to limit it till the age of 16. France is also one of them. But people are so clever, these youngsters, that they will find the trick to anyhow be. So where is then the control and the parenting of us? I think it's much more that we need to make a culture and saying, this is over the top too much. Now let's install things that people are doing different things with their eyes. And that's exactly what we all need to do. Yes, the screens are the bad habits. Yes, the schoolwork is not always positive for this. But let us make sure that people do something else with the eyes while being corrected with myo management lenses. And we will get there. It is possible. It's not that it's a lost generation here.
So if we specifically elaborate about the role of eye care practitioners, along with obviously the schools and the parents, so what would it be?
So for an eye care professional, it is first of all making sure that the kid's eye do not have any other pathology in this. This is then more the part direction to an eye doctor. But the moment it's about measurement, the optometrist has enough tool set available to make a very clear refraction. That is step number one. But a refraction is done by an optometrist with a quarter of a diopter or a 12th of a diopter if they have the means with special lenses. Now, if we both are two optometrists and we measure one kid, you will come into a minus lens and I will come to minus lens. But potentially this one kid will be measured with a bit of a different way or different during the day, and we are a quarter of a diopter away from each other. Did you make a mistake or did I make a mistake? No, it's subjectively what the person has said. That's why we are launching here on this booth the incremental element to this, and that's a biometer. And the biometer is very clear in what a product or what the eyeball length is going to have. That means if you measure the eyeball length up to 1,000th of a millimeter,
oh my goodness,
this means that if you have this 1,000th and you check it every 6 months, you have, based on your initial measurements, a very clear step. Is it elongating even more? Did I stop it or did I reduce it?
You mentioned 1,000th of a millimeter.
Of a millimeter, yes.
Oh my goodness, this is the kind of precision.
This is the kind of precision what also eye doctors are using when they are doing cataract operations. That is a biometer of Zeiss that is able to do this. So instead of only looking at the dioptry, if you have a win there, check the elongation of the human eye. And with this, you have a very clear benchmark to say, am I having the wrong or am I keeping it into the biological rhythm? And the report is very nice. It comes out of the machine and you can see 6 months ago I was here, 6 months later I am there. And you have a very clear security feeling that what you have done in the shop is well seen by the kids, but also by the parents and also by the doctor to say the optometrist did a very, very good job. And that is where this industry needs to go to. Let's make it more visible what an eye needs to bear while doing digital. And let's make sure it doesn't go completely bananas.
So how has been in India now?
Yeah. I already said it to some other people. Indian people, when they see the benefits, they are people who are entrepreneurs and they are going to invest in this. And it's this knowledge, if they will see for themselves what a machine like this will do, this is so much easier to represent this towards patients, towards items. So it's a matter of showcasing this, have a group of key opinion leaders saying, hey, look what we are doing. Look at Mayo clinics even. We are now even elaborating special areas where we say this is only for people with myopia, that we organize a setup. Or in our Zeiss Vision centers, it's a area where only is reserved for them. And if you dare make the link, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. Also, India will get into the biometer event very quickly. And I think even quicker than in some other places in the world.
And how did you find the traffic in Delhi?
I had it already day one, that I said, really, is this happening? But I'm already now 12 years here in India, and I will say Bangalore also has heavy traffic, and Mumbai has heavy traffic. So it's a bit part of what you have in these metro cities. Yeah.
So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much
for being
again.
a part of this interview.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay.